All right, let's dive into something we all use every single day, but let's be honest, we rarely stop to really think about what it is. I'm talking about money. Let's get into it. I mean, seriously, have you ever just stopped and looked at a dollar bill and thought, why? Why does this little piece of paper or these numbers on a screen have so much power over our lives? You can't eat it, you can't drink it, yet so many of us spend most of our waking hours trying to get more of it. How does that even work? Well, here's the secret, and it's the one thing you have to get to understand everything else. By itself, that paper is completely worthless. Its power has nothing to do with the ink or the fancy designs. It comes from something else entirely. It comes from an idea, a shared belief that was created to solve a very, very old problem. So to really get money, we've got to go way back in time. See, money wasn't invented to make a few people rich. It was invented as a tool, a really clever piece of technology to fix a huge, ancient headache that was holding back human progress for, well, forever. And that headache, it was called barter. You know the idea, it's pretty simple. I have something you want, you have something I want, so we just swap. It sounds easy, right? Well, in the real world, that system breaks down, and it breaks down fast. So just imagine this for a second. Let's say you're an apple farmer and you really need a new pair of shoes. You head over to the shoemaker with a big basket of apples. But he doesn't want apples. He just had some yesterday. He wants bread. So now you have to wander around town trying to find a baker who just so happens to be craving apples. Only then can you trade your apples for bread, go back to the shoemaker, and finally get your shoes. It's a complete logistical nightmare. And this is where money comes strolling in to save the day. It completely solves that barter problem by doing 3 really simple, universally agreed upon jobs. And these rules, they're what give that worthless piece of paper all of its power. Okay, so first, it's a medium of exchange. The shoemaker will always take your money because he knows the baker will take it from him. Simple. Problem solved. Second, it's a store of value. Unlike your apples, money doesn't rot. You can stick it under your mattress and it'll still be there next year, ready to be used. And third, it's a unit of account. It's like a universal measuring stick. It gives us a common way to say what anything is worth, from a pair of shoes to a giant skyscraper. These 3 jobs are the engine that makes our entire modern economy possible. So here's the main takeaway, right? Money isn't some magical force. It's just a tool. It's a technology we invented. And its power comes from just one thing: all of us agreeing that it works. Okay, so we know why money exists. But what about the money we use today? Where does it actually come from? Because it's definitely not just gold and silver coins anymore. And, well, the real answer might just blow your mind. Get ready for this, because this is where things get really wild. Only about 8% of all the money in the entire world exists as physical cash. The coins and bills you can actually touch. The other 92%? Yeah, that's just digital. It's ones and zeros on bank computer servers. So wait a minute. If governments aren't printing all that cash, where does all this digital money come from? And here's the crazy part. Most new money is created out of thin air whenever a commercial bank issues a loan. When you get a mortgage for a house, the bank doesn't take money from its vault. It literally just types the new digital money into your account, backed only by your promise to pay it back. That means that in our modern economy, money and debt are 2 sides of the very same coin. So we know money is a tool, and we know that most of it is digitally created through loans. But what does any of that actually mean for you? Well, it means you have a choice. When you're faced with this system, you can either just react to it, or you can take the time to understand it. And that one choice, it will pretty much define your entire financial life. You see, on one side of the coin, you have people who are basically controlled by their money. The paycheck comes in, they spend it, and they just kind of hope there's something left at the end. But on the other side, you have people who understand that money is a tool. They are in the driver's seat. They control it. They plan with it. They use it on purpose to build the life they actually want. And this right here, this is the most empowering part of all. It's not really about how much money you have. It's about what you do with it. Money itself doesn't make you rich or poor. Your knowledge and the decisions you make based on that knowledge are what really matter. Because if you choose not to understand how this all works, there's a real tangible cost. Thinking you'll just figure out money later is one of the most expensive mistakes you can possibly make. Being financially ignorant comes with a very, very hefty price tag. And what does that price look like? Well, it looks like thousands and thousands of dollars wasted on unnecessary credit card interest. It looks like making stressful, short-sighted decisions with your money out of fear. And maybe the most tragic part, it looks like decades of missed opportunities for your money to grow and work for you. Financial education isn't a luxury anymore. In our world, it's a survival skill. So all of this brings us to the single most important question you have to ask yourself. After all of this, from ancient barter to modern digital loans, you've got to ask, in my life right now, is money my tool or am I its tool? And you know, the best part is, the answer to that question is completely up to you.